Hey guys, what's up? This is Dingo Crikey here with another commentary video, this time discussing images of potential repaints of Arcee and Chromia from the Generations toy line. So, recently, TF World 2005, which is the source for this information and the images, posted a news story along with pictures of what look to be official repaints of Arcee and Chromia. Now, there has been some debate as to whether or not these are going to be official retail releases or some kind of San Diego or BotCon release. It looks to be, and so far the general consensus would agree that these seem like they're going to be official Hasbro releases. I'll leave a link to the news story in the description below, and there you can read the message boards and what people think so far. But anyways, let's take a look at the images. So here we have the Arcee repaint in robot mode, and I'm really liking the looks of this mold in this color scheme. Despite the fact that black usually looks good on about any Transformer, I really wasn't sure how it would look on this mold, just, because the original one was all white and pink. But for this repaint, they've put together a very nice color scheme. The black and the pink contrast really nicely against each other. Was really waiting for a Transformer to have these colors, and it looks like we might be getting that. One of the only things I don't like is that she has white and silver. I wish they would have just chosen one and went with it, because that throws the color scheme off a little bit. I think they could have gotten away really easily with making the face more of a gray color. But speaking of the face, I really like the details there with the pink paint around the eyes. It almost looks like a mask. That's really cool and something we don't see that often. So as far as the color scheme, it looks great. A downside is that her weapons look to be exactly the same. The swords are the same blue. They didn't even give them a different color. And the guns are slightly recolored, but they just took away the paint, so that's pretty disappointing. But aside from that, the robot mode looks great. As for the vehicle mode, I'm almost liking it more than the robot mode. Obviously, the color scheme altogether looks great, with some really nice contrasting colors, and while a lot of the paint applications are in the same places as they were on the original Arcee figure, the front of the car is really selling it for me. The very rigid, almost sticker-esque details give a really kind of a Generation 2, Generation 1 feel, and something that you don't really see that often. So it definitely makes this figure look like it will stand out. So as far as Arcee goes, it looks like we'll be getting something really cool. Chromia, on the other hand, not as cool, but still not bad. Her colors are definitely not as unique as the Arcee repaints are. Rook from Combiner Wars kind of has this color scheme, though he has more black. A better example might be Prime Smokescreen, and frankly, I'm not a big fan of this color scheme, mainly the way the white and the blue mesh together. There's just nothing stunning about this look as there was with Arcee. Now, I do like some of the red translucent pieces in the back. It adds a nice contrast to the figure. Probably my favorite thing is the head sculpt. While the forehead area looks kind of bland, the face looks really cool. While the mask itself looks awesome, it's nice that it will go along with Arcee as well. The blue lip paint is also an eye-catching addition, and not something we've seen with the original Chromia figure, but I'm sure there's some people who aren't going to like the lip paint. Next, we have the vehicle mode, kind of like the robot mode. Doesn't look as good as this Arcee repaint's vehicle mode, or as good as the original Chromia's vehicle mode, but not that bad. Kind of the same color scheme problems going on with the robot mode. One of the things that stands out is some of the detailing near the front. As with Arcee, it's really, really cool looking. And obviously you have the red translucent piece on top, which gives some nice contrast. So while this Chromia figure doesn't look as good as the Arcee one, it does look like a decent repaint, and it has a few paint apps that really make it stand out from some other repaints. So I'm really liking these two so far. They definitely look like they'd be worth buying if they're going to be a retail release, which has kind of of been the big question. But fortunately, it looks like the consensus thinks these are going to be some sort of mainline releases. A lot of people have been saying that these don't look good enough to be BotCon repaints. Like I said, you guys can discuss it in the comments section below and look on the Transformers World 2005 message boards to see what other people are thinking. But one of the big aspects of speculation has been that these two characters are featured on the cover of one of the upcoming IDW issues, and that seems to be why people are thinking these are mainline releases, because that isn't usually something they would do for BotCon exclusives, especially since IDW's been kind of teaming up with Hasbro to advertise the characters through the comic books. It looks like these characters are actually going to be main retail releases. I don't want to get my hopes up too high or anyone else's hopes, so I would say stay skeptical until there's more information. Anyways, that's all I have to say about this one. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think of these Arcee and Chromia repaints? Maybe you're excited because this is going to be your chance to get the molds, since they were not really released, at least in a lot of areas, at mass retail. Maybe you're hoping these are BotCon exclusive so they don't take up more space on the shelf, though I don't see why you'd be too upset. It's something other than another Bumblebee. Or maybe you have information on whether these are in fact mainline releases or just BotCon or San Diego Comic Con exclusives. Leave your thoughts in the comments section below, along with any topic suggestions you might have pertaining to Transformers 5, Robots in Disguise Generation, you know what I mean. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more Transformers news and commentary. See you guys soon, and have a good one.